And if not, if it is incomplete, it's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot.
We only have one timeout left, Mark.
That's right. Well, the official and his Big 12 crew, referee Luke Richmond, with a long look under the hood down there. He's standing down the 15-yard line of the north end of the field. Here he comes, headphones off. He'll bring us to conclusion after this replay.
After further review, the ball hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. The pass interference will be enforced from the 30-yard line to be first down, Colorado.
So from the 30 to the 45 then, it was incomplete.
Almost 25 yards on that play.
Yep. And I always love the officials. We know it's a 15-yard penalty. The ball was at the 30. We know that, but they still go back and walk it off. 30 plus 15 is 45. That's where it's going to be. There we go. They put it down. Well, it was a spectacular play nonetheless, even though it doesn't stand. 1:48 to play in the fourth. 31-24 Baylor. Colorado's got it first down and 10 now from their own 45-yard line. They need a touchdown to extend this game. Slot either side. Shadur's out of the shotgun. They've got Isaiah Augustov out there at running back. He'll be off Shadur's right hip. Play clock at 7 as Shadur comes set. Takes the snap, drops, scans, looks, hit as he threw. Ball pops loose, it's loose, and Shadur jumps on top of it. Steve Linton went by it, I think swatted that out of his hand just as Shadur was cocking his arm. Loss of 9 yards on the play. The tackle just got driven back right into the lap of the quarterback. He was just cocking his arm, and he came around the backside of the tackle and swatted that left arm, and it came out. Luckily, Shadur got on top of it.
Boy.
Second down and 19. Boy, this offensive line issues make it nearly impossible to move the ball. We got movement, all kinds of movement out there. Procedure call against Colorado. Shadur actually stepped forward. Augustov flinched. I think one of the offensive linemen flinched as well. The Buffs are going the wrong direction. 31-24 Baylor. 1:11 to play. Boy, think about how this has changed. They were way down around the 30-yard line on a play that was spectacular. Looked like Travis had caught it. Lose about 25 yards when the review overturned the reception. Gave the Buffs the ball at the 45. Then a fumble and a recovery, and now a penalty against Colorado. Come on, Luke Richmond, tell us about it.
Full start. Offense number 7-7. This foul caused the clock to stop, which it will be a 10-second runoff. Please reset the game clock.
Oh, my goodness.
For 1 minute and 1 second. And the game clock will start on my signal.
Because it was dead ball penalty, you lose 10 seconds as well. Second down at 24. Boy, it is just a magical play and then a shot to the foot. From the 31, Shadur, shotgun snap. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to run. He's got all kinds of room. Runs off to his left. Running at the 45. Can he turn upfield to stop and go out of bounds at about the 48-yard line? Nice scramble that time. Stops the clock with 46 seconds remaining. They needed 24. They got 17. He was run out by Devin Bobby, the safety on the far side. That'll make a third down at 7 now for the 48.
That was a heads-up play by him. They brought 5 guys that time, and he wasn't going to be able to throw it anyway, and I think he sensed that and just took off and run his instincts.
Buffs down by 7. Third down at 7 for the 48. Trips to the right. Shadur takes the snap. Has time. Looks. Rifles it to the near sideline. Leaping grab is made by Wester at the 45 and a plus side of the 50. Got hit in coverage behind by the nickelback Carl Williams. Got enough for a first down or not?
I don't think so. I think they're calling it 4th down and 1.
Yep. 4th and 1. They needed 7. They got 6. Clock running. 23, 22, and a quarterback sneak. He's going to push ahead, and the first down by Shadur Sanders.
18 seconds. We got one timeout left.
So down 31-24.
Timeout.
They got to use it. Yep.
Buffs will use the timeout. First down and 10 for the 43-yard line. They need a touchdown to extend the game.
You're going to see 2 deep coverage. They don't care if you run the football or not. they've been able to cover us out of 2 deep and bring them 5 guys, and that's what's created a lot of our problems. And
boy, there have been opportunities in this game, Gary. My goodness.
Yep. We've had many chances to win, have a chance to win this game.
Yep. Special teams in favor of Baylor have been a huge factor
in the difference.
So many return yards, including a 100-yard return by Jamal Bell, I beg your pardon. Kick return, not the punt return. All right. Gary, what are you looking at here with 18 seconds remaining? No timeouts.
Well, they're gonna take, you have no timeouts.
Yep.
So they're gonna make you throw the ball into the middle of the field.
They don't want it on the sidelines, obviously.
Yeah, they don't want it on the sidelines.
Yep. All right. First down and 10 of the 43. Shedeur, pressure in his face, runs away from that, rifles this downfield out of bounds, and he whipped that one 45 yards downfield from his back foot. Just got rid of it because pressure came right up the middle in his grill that time. And the guy we've mentioned a number of times, Trayvon Ma'ai, was the guy that got there and kind of forced him out of the pocket. 11 seconds remaining.
He went right by our center, I think. We had a little confusion on that blocking assignment.
Second down and 10 now for the 43. 31-24 Baylor. Is it going to be a memorable night or a disappointing night? Shedeur's out of the shotgun. Slot either side, drops, scans, has time, set, rifles it downfield, jousting, and at the 5-yard line, in and out of the hands of Will Shepherd. He got tangled up down there with Caden Jenkins, and at the last second at the 5-yard line created separation and couldn't hold on. If he holds on to that, he falls forward into the end zone. Oh, my goodness. Jenkins, I think, with the right hand, got up there in his line of vision, but nonetheless, Shedeur just lofted one out there, and he couldn't hold on to it. 2 seconds remaining. Final play of the game. It all comes down to this. 3rd down and 10 for the 43. Baylor on top, 31-24. Now we got to stop at your play, and I think Baylor's going to call a timeout. David Randall wants to talk it over.
Baylor, they're first. Be a 30-second timeout.
Well, if you're Baylor, conventional wisdom in a prevent defense is you only rush 3, but Baylor needs to bring 5.
Right.
If they bring 5, we can't possibly have enough time to throw this football down there, and that's what I would anticipate here. So Buffs have got to find a way to block 5 guys and still give Shedeur enough time. Whether they roll him out, sometimes they'll pin the end man and roll outside of him to get extra time, and that's what you need to do here, I think, especially since they've had so much pressure on them from the inside. You've got to get outside that inside pressure.
Shedeur Sanders tonight, 22 of 38 passing, 286 yards and a touchdown, buddy. He's been sacked 8 times. Last year he was sacked 52 times. The Buffs have surrendered 16 sacks now in nearly 4 games. 2 seconds remaining. 31-24. Buffaloes have the ball 3rd down and 10 for the Baylor 43-yard line. 1 play. Can they find the end zone?
Marion Miller out there.
Extend this game. Shotgun snap. Shedeur rolls the pocket out to the left, looking downfield, setting his feet, rifles this one towards the end zone, and it just shy, or did he catch it? It was LaJonte Wester. He scooped it up. He scooped it off the turf. Holy cow, what a play. I can't believe my eyes. In the rain here in Boulder in the Front Range, the Buffaloes, with zeros on the clock, have made it a 31-30 ball game. Shedeur Sanders has done it again. Buff Nation, you've got to be going out of your mind pending the PAT. LaJonte Wester, he scooped it off the grab tops. He went down, reached out with both hands and hauled it in. Gary, I can't believe it.
You've seen it before.
Oh, my goodness.
But they did just what we suggested, that they rolled him out, got him outside all the rush, and He got a throw off.
He rolled everything, and I didn't catch the number. There was somebody bearing down on him as he turned. A right-handed quarterback had to spin the body, set the feet, and fire it, and it came out of his hands just about the time he was taking contract.
Well, what happened is they were bringing 3 guys from his throwing side, and he rolled out away from that rather than rolling into it. So a good play call by Shermer to get him out to the left. Unconventional because you don't like your right-handed quarterback going that way, but he knew that's where the pressure was going to come. He's seen enough football, and so it was a good play by Pat, getting him out to the left side instead of the right, and then give him a chance.
Steve Linton was in the grill of Shedeur as he let it go, and that ball, like I said, LeJohntay Wester had to go down to the ground, but he caught it just off the top of the grass here at Folsom Field in the south end zone. Unbelievable. No time on the clock. 31-30. Alejandro Mata.
Going on the field of a touchdown stance.
There you go. They had to take a look at it because of the circumstances. So now Alejandro Mata can tie this game at 31 and force overtime. Man, oh man, oh man. Buff Nation, remember that play.
Charge timeout. Baylor. 2nd and a half.
All right.
It'll be a full timeout.
Now what Baylor's thinking here, Gary, is block the PAT and win it.
Exactly right.
So Dave Aranda's going to talk this one over.
He's got a special block. He's got it ready. This is a big, big, big play for CU.
You know, there are times, there are plays as a sports fan that decades down the road you just remember. You say, oh, right? Now, sometimes the circumstances and the context is bigger than others. You know, something like the miracle at Michigan. This isn't that. But it's just one of those plays you're going to remember about how spectacular it was as the legend of Shedeur Sanders continues to grow here in Boulder, Colorado. All right.
Now, I tell you what. Let's, how much guts do you have here? You got a spread formation. You got a fake off of this. What do you think, Mark?
Let's
go
see.
For 2.
They've got a spread formation out there right now. Now they'll all shift back into the middle into a customary formation. Alejandro Mata to tie the game on the PAT. Kick is up. It's on its way. It's good. And we're going to overtime. The Buffaloes have come back to tie it with no time on the clock at 31.
Ain't this grand?
Oh, man. This is why you love college football.
It always delivers, Mark.
It always delivers. Coach Prime and the Buffaloes were down by 2 touchdowns. It was 24-10. They come back, then have some awful things happen. And this team, showing some intestinal fortitude, comes back in the waning seconds on a spectacular throw. From Shedeur Sanders to LeJohntay Wester, Mata with the PAT. We're going to take an extra timeout right now as we go to overtime. Back in a moment. This is Colorado football from Learfield. Well, we're going to overtime. And I'll tell you what, there were 52,000 people. There aren't many of left at this point, despite the fact the rain is coming down heavy right now. A spectacular drive by the Buffaloes. Shedeur Sanders orchestrating it. 8 plays, 72 yards, 2:16 the time of possession. Zeros on the clock when they scored on a 43-yard throw from Shedeur Sanders to LeJohntay Wester. Mata tied it with no time on the clock at 31, and we go to overtime. Gary, kind of take us through overtime, and what are you thinking from a coaching standpoint?
Well, first of all, it's the most exciting overtime in sports. I don't care what anybody says. So the ball goes to 35-yard line.
Please reset the game clock to all zeros on the game clock.
All right.
So, what you're using now is your red zone offense for the most part. Whichever team is best at red zone has an advantage. If you're Baylor, you're going to run that ball, throw it. And if you're Buffaloes, you're going to try to do the same thing. But it's, you're trying to force a field goal is what you're trying to do. And then if you want to, first of all, you want to play defense, the first choice.
Shannon, we're going to have you pot up the PA again so we can hear the ref, but we'll hear him talk through this with the captains as they hit the field. It's Shedeur and Cameron Sylvan Craig out there right now.
If you remember correctly, we took the ball last year.
All right, gentlemen, great ball game so far. Now we are going to overtime. The winner of the toss has 3 options: offense, defense, or what end they want to play. Baylor, you're the visitor. You'll call the toss. We have a heads and tails. What's your call? Heads. Heads. He called heads. it's a heads. You have won the toss.
We want to be on defense.
We want to be on defense.
That was Josh Cameron out there for Baylor making the call.
Colorado on the ball, 1st and 10, on the end zone.
Oh, my gosh.
So they're going to take away from the student section.
They did.
Yep. So what Baylor, by winning the coin toss, they want to go on defense. That's kind of the conventional wisdom. You want to see what you have to do after the other team has the ball. And the Buffs choose to go towards the Dell Ward Center, towards the north end of Folsom Field. Tied at 31 here in overtime.
Well, you know, conventional wisdom and what you normally would do is if put your opponent in the student section.
Yes.
The end zone with the student section. We didn't do it last year either, Mark.
Yep.
And so there's got to be some reason that Coach Sanders has decided that that's the best way to do it.
I want to see if we can bring Andy Lindahl in just to give us a sense down there. Andy, it's electric in this building right now, isn't it?
Yeah, and my dad instincts are going off because nobody's got enough clothing on right now for all this rain, but they are losing their minds. Shirts are off, waving in the air, and it's you know, look, it's college football at its best, like you said, Mark.
All right, here we go for the 25-yard line. The Buffaloes will have the ball first in overtime here in Boulder. Knotted up between the Buffs and Bears. What an opener of Big 12 Conference play. Moving from right to left, ball left hash mark. Shadur out of the shotgun, flanked to his right by a running back. Sticks in the gut. Other running back running to the boundary. Turning upfield is Welch. He got grabbed around the neck and swung out of bounds on the near sideline by Matt Jones. It's a gain of 3 on first down. It's 2nd down and 7 now. Making 2nd and 6. They gave him almost 4 on that one.
Well, once again, Matt Welch is going to look at the video and the film, and they're going to say, oh, man, I should have put my foot in the ground and gone north and south. But still, you know, I don't think it's a mad move to run the ball right now. You've got to create some protection for your quarterback.
They've adjusted a spot. It is 2nd down and 7 of the 20.
5-man rush coming.
Shadur drops, check down. Draylon makes the grab. Draylon Miller down the numbers on the near side of the 15-yard line. It should be enough for a first down, and it is. It's a gain that time of 8 yards. Making the tackle was Tevin Williams. Now the Buffs have got a new set of downs. In overtime number 1, first down and 10 for the 15-yard line. Miller goes out. Augusta is back in at running back.
Overtime, just because of the two kinds of teams these are, favors Baylor probably,
right.
The run game.
Shadur Sanders communicating with his offensive line, talking to the tight end, Sabell Smalls, who lines up wing back to the right. Receivers adjust how they're standing. Shotgun snap taken by Shadur. He keeps on a quarterback run. Runs straight ahead down the hash mark, inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. That's a gain of 4, almost 5 yards. Thomas was there to tackle the outstanding linebacker. It's 2nd down and 6.
That's a good gain in this situation. It's a good play. It's what they scored on, Mark, earlier. Went to the left side on it with Shadur.
Shadur's out of the shotgun. They've got 4 wide receivers, 3 to the open side right, 1 boundary side left, 1 running back is Augusta. Shotgun snap forthcoming to the left hash. Shadur takes the snap, looks, throws a little squat down inside the 5 along the far hash by Travis. He makes the grab of the 4. It's 4, almost 5 yards to the pickup there. Devin Bobby, the safety, makes the tackle. It's about a half yard shy of the first down marker. That'll make it 3rd down and a short 1.
Boy, I'd review that spot. Man.
Wasn't very good, was it? 3rd down, short 1 from inside the 5, so they can get into the first down here.
They do get another timeout, though, once you go to overtime. Right. So if they need to use it, they can.
It's the opening half of the first overtime. Quarterback keeper Shadur's got a great push that time. The pile moves all the way down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of about 3 that time.
Looked like the Philadelphia Eagles. Tush push.
Yes, they did. All the way down to the 2. Tied at 31. First down and goal to go from the 2-yard line. Overtime number 1 here at Folsom Field. Man, I know you're up across the country. You're not going to bed. Exciting one here to open a Big 12 conference play. Shotgun snap taken by Shadur. Hand this one off. Augusta. He comes off guard right side. He got about a half yard on the play.
Boy, I thought he was going to get that thing in for a minute.
Yep. It was at the 2. He got him between the 1 and the 2-yard line. Jordan was there in the tackle. All right, Buffaloes changing out personnel. Omarion Miller comes in. He's going to line up wide left. Travis goes
two
wide
tight
left.
ends, Sam Hart and Savion.
Second down and goal to go for the 1 yard line. Shador hands off. Augusta straight ahead to the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Colorado!
Did you see Shador? Shador pushed him into the end zone.
He was pushing. I beg your pardon. It was Micah Welch on the carry.
Shador just did the push with him all the way into the end zone.
He got in
what
the
a competitor.
pile, and Shador Sanders got behind him, and he was using every bit of muscle that he had to shove Welch into the end zone. And the Buffs take the lead in overtime number 1, 37-31. Matters out for the extra point. Put down, kick is up, it's on its way, and it's good. And the Buffaloes start out overtime with a touchdown, and now lead at 38-31, and now Baylor's got to respond.
Boy.
How about that, Gary? We gave old Baylor kind of a taste of their own medicine there. Just running the football. Colorado with 432 yards of offense. Baylor's got 289. And now here comes Robert Livingston's defense, and how well have they played? Through regulation, haven't even given up 300 yards of offense. 289 tonight. And let's see what the Buffs can do. All they need is one stop. Robertson's out of the shotgun, moving right to left, ball up to hash mark, empty the backfield, quarterback design run. He runs it up between the hashes, and Robert Preston Hodge is there to bring him down. He bulldogs him inside the 20 to the 19-yard line, almost 6 yards.
How many times are we going to let that happen to us?
I'm with you.
Every time they've gone empty, he's run quarterback draw.
So it's a gain of 6, second down and 4 for the 19. Slot to the right, ball between the hashes. Tight end is Trigg, wing left. Shotgun snap, Robertson, hands off, tailback, steps out of a tackle, runs to his left, and got gobbled up that time. Richardson only gains a yard on that play. Cameron Stillman Craig is on the tackle. That'll make it now third down and about 2.5.
Well, one thing you know, you're going to get all 4 downs used.
Yep.
Because they can't kick a field goal. They got to go for a touchdown. So they got to keep running it.
Third down and about 2 from the 17-yard line. Robertson's out of the shotgun. Lansing to his receivers, off to his right, where he's got tripped to the open side right. Slaps his hands, takes a snap, hands off. Tailback Richardson with a jump over a defender, and he stumbles forward and gains a couple plus maybe a half yard. It's enough for a first down inside the 15. They mark him down.
Cameron Stillman Craig was knifed into that hole, but he did step right over him. He was going to get him for a loss, but good job by that running back.
Okunlola was there to make the stop. Ultimately, first down and 10 now from inside the 15-yard line, slotting the side. Robertson takes the snap. Quarterback design run. Runs up inside. Breaks a tackle. Running at the 5. Got grabbed by Stillman Craig at the hash mark to the far side at the 3 and down at the 2. And Gary, they did it again. Gain of 12. Ah, my goodness. Now it's first down and goal to go from just outside the 2-yard line. 38-31 Buffaloes in overtime number 1. Robertson out of the shotgun. Boundary side right, they got 2 wide receivers. Nothing left. Handoff. Richardson again. And he fumbled the football into the end zone. And Colorado tried to pick it up and lost on the back of the end zone.
No, I think they're going to give him the ground cause to fumble.
The Buffs are celebrating as if it's over. The officials are trying to figure out.
Ruling on the field is a fumble. It went outside, out of the back of the end zone. The previous plays on the further review.
They're going to take a look at this one. If they determine the ground caused the fumble, the game's not over. You got students running on the field. This game isn't over. Kids get off the field. They're dropping both goalposts. The students have stormed the field, but Luke Richmond's going to go take a look at it. They're trying to hold everybody off. Security trying to get the students out the field. If they determine it actually was a fumble by Richardson.
There's $100,000 right there.
Yeah, down to Andy Lindo on the sidelines.
I'm telling you, I think Travis Hunter's helmet is what forced that fumble. He stayed in the middle instead of going out wide to cover, and I believe he's the one that stabbed that ball out from where we were standing. We're getting a look on the big board now, Mark. Watch Hunter come over at the end of this play and go low as the ball comes out.
That is a fumble. This game will be over. And the man we have talked about game in and game out since he walked onto campus a year ago. We say it all the time. He's the most dynamic player in college football. And there he just made a spectacular, legendary play. He ducked in and knocked the ball out of the hands of Dominic Richardson, and that secures this game in overtime. Right now, it's nothing more than a formality for Luke Richmond to come out from under that hood and tell us about it. Travis Hunter, he does it on offense. He does it on defense. He makes interceptions. He makes tackles. He's been so physical this year, and here is one of those plays coaches always talk about. Somebody's just got to make a play, and number 12 has made another one. What we just saw in Buff Vision was as clear as a bell.
There it's out. It's over.
I mean, this thing
can't take this one away from us.
No, exactly right. He was the only man back. He was about 2 yards deep in the end zone. He met the ball carrier Richardson at the goal line and put either the helmet or the shoulder pad right on the ball. But Gary, we're getting another look at it right here.
I don't need another look at it, Mark.
I mean, he came across, and basically at the 1 yard line, it was the shoulder pad which knocked it loose.
Yep.
This is undeniable at this point. Here comes Luke Richardson with a final call.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. The ball game's over.
Buff Nation, go out of your mind. What a homecoming win on a rainy night here in Boulder. It's over in one overtime, 38-31, and Travis Hunter has done it again. I'll say it again. Give that man the Heisman. Holy cow, is he an impactful player. What a victory here tonight. They're trying to keep everybody off of Coach Prime as he's walking across the field. Colorado wins it in overtime, 38-31. Gary, what more can you say?
One turnover in the whole game, and it happens on the final play that makes the difference.
By Travis Hunter.
Yep, by Travis Hunter.
Unbelievable. I mean, this thing looks so bleak on that final drive. And Shedeur said, I mean, how much can we say about number 2 and number 12? They just continue to dazzle Buff Nation.
Yeah.
That spectacular throw by Shedeur Sanders. LaJohntay Wester goes down, makes a catch off the top of the grass in the south end zone. Mata puts it through, and now winning it in overtime on a spectacular defensive play by Travis Hunter down in the mass of humanity. Andy, who do you got down there?